Hi, what we're going to do today is we're going to show you how to take a brand new customer off the street when you're giving out a loan. First thing you're going to do is you are going to click where it says customer. Once that happens, you'll see where it says add customer. Click on that, and then you'll see in front of you, it's an application that you must fill in. Now, first thing you're going to do is you're going to write in the customer's first name, and always use it in capital letters, just because it shows a lot better on the reports. So we're using this name right here. After that, where it says credit risk, don't worry about that right now. Just leave it as a no. SIN number. By law, the customer doesn't have to give you a SIN number. So if he refuses to do a SIN number, just put in anything you want in there. Just put it 000. Next, after that, date of birth. Now, this is very important. On the date of birth, you must first click on the year of the birth. Otherwise, it will not let you go forward. So if the customer was born in, let's say, 1972, you click in, then it'll ask you for the month, and let's say June, and then you will click on whichever day the customer's birthday is on. So we use June 8th, 1972. After that, it's asking you for a driver's license. Now, some customers don't have a driver's license. You can put in a passport number or a health card number, even though health card numbers are, by law, you're not allowed to take them. But if you write it in there and you do take a photocopy of it, make sure you black out the number on the photocopy. Comments. Anything you want to add in there will show up on your pre-call list. Pre-call list is a list that you will print out on the day that the customers are due to make a payment. So whatever you put under comments will show up on that. So you can put in there, customer does not want us to call him at home or does not want him to call him at work. Whatever the case is, any comments will go there. After that, where it says contact customer owner, just leave it as a customer owner. Next step after that is this notification method is email. You have to switch that to phone. Then it'll prompt you to take two phone numbers. Now you can see there's a home number and a cell number. Put in first the number the customer wants you to call him at. Customer might not want you to call him at home or on his cell. So if he wants you to call him on his cell, that's what you will put on their home number. And then the home number will go on their cell number. So whichever two of the numbers the customer wants you to call up is what you're going to put in there first. Second after that will be an address. Now some customers have a mailing address and an address where you live. That's where you have two sections there for the address. So you put in the address in there, and let's say we have that in there. As you can see that, it's automatically filled in. And then country. You can see it's Canada, US. We click in Canada, obviously. Email, office number, postal code. Now, postal code is very important that you do not put the dash in between or it will not let you go forward. Once you have done this, you select a province. We're in Ontario, so we're going to select province. Once you've done all this, you have to go to loan profile. Loan profile, what it does, it allows you to put in there a loan limit. Let's say you do not want to give the customer more than $200 until he's proven himself. So you put in there $200. If the customer was only a check cashing customer, you will click the check cashing box right here. But this is not the case. It's a payday loan customer. So you have a space for 3 references. You can put in 1, 2, or 3. I suggest minimum of 2. By law, we're not allowed to call the references as per the laws, but we still get the information in. So you can put Joel, last name, we'll write Guild, put a telephone number, the address if they can provide you with that, country, obviously, Canada, city, very important because some of the references could be out of town and other provinces, so you want to put in we'll write in Trenton, relation. Very important that you find out whether it's a mother, sister, brother, cousin, uncle, whoever it may be. So let's write in there, dad. Province again, that's in Ontario. Postal code, it's not necessarily, but it'd be a nice thing to have in there. So once you have done the references, as you can see, I only took one. We don't need to write more than that. It's up to you whether you take 1, 2, or 3. Once you have done that, you have to hit save. Now, as you can see right now, it's asking you, do you want to add an account? Must never forget to hit yes. If you do not, you are going to lose all the information that you took in there, and it's going to take a little bit of time to retrieve the information. So you hit yes. Then it prompts you to go to where the renter's information is, employment information, and the finance, meaning you want all the banking information that goes in here. So contact, we already have that information. Renter, you want to know who the landlord is, if you can get it, the address, the city where the landlord lives, and the phone number. So let's put in there, his name is going to be Joel. Might not have a last name. If you do not have an address, just continue on to, does the landlord live in Ottawa, Montreal, where does he live? So we're going to write in Montreal. Province, obviously, is Quebec. Postal code, you might not be able to get that information. Always try to get the phone number for the landlord. It's very important because if the customer, for whatever reason, does not come in and pay and his number is disconnected, at least you can verify with the landlord that the customer is still living there. So let's say phone number right there. And there we go. And again, select the country, and it's Canada. Then you go to the next step, which is employer. You want to know where the customer is working. So let's say he works for Hydro Ottawa. I'm going to write that information in there. The address is very important because different companies, if they work for the hospital or a gas company or anything, they have different areas where they could be working at. So you want to try to find out where the employee's address is, where he's working. So as you can see, I put in there a North Murray Street. That's where the city we're in right now. City, let's put Ottawa. Province, Ontario. Service length. You want to know how long the customer has been working there. So if he's been there a year and a half, you would put 1.5, and that means years. Employee confirm. You want to make sure that you call the employer to find out if the customer is working there. Now, under the privacy laws, they don't have to tell you how much he makes, how long he's been there, but at least you can make a phone call to the place of employment and ask for that employee. At least that'll tell you that he's working there. So once you've done that, you can click on Employer Confirm. The number that you can see right here is if the customer has an employee number. In case you ever need to get a hold of him for whatever reason, you can call payroll and find out if he's still working there. And sometimes the easiest way is to give the employee number to the payroll department. All right. Employee type, you want to put in there if he's permanent or temporary. Temporary could be someone that does landscaping services, snow removal in the winter. He might not have a job in the summer or vice versa. So hopefully all the customers that you're dealing with are permanent. Finance information. This is very important. Income frequency. You want to find out if the customer is getting paid weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, or twice a month. So most customers get paid on a bi-weekly basis. Net income. Net income is the net income that they bring home on the first 2 weeks of employment. So let's say customer brings home $1,800 every 2 weeks. Since it's a payday loan, a 2-week payday loan, that's what you will write in there. $1,800 take home. Now, the next questions that will ask you if the customer's ever been bankrupt. It's an information that you do want to get, and this is the reason why you want to get it. If the customer is in the middle of a bankruptcy procedures, let's say he's got 2 months left to go, by law, he's not allowed to ask for any money from anybody. It's up to you whether you give him the loan or not. You're not breaking the law by giving him a loan. He is breaking the law by taking a loan. So you can say, no, the customer is not, or yes, he has been. Date of bankruptcy, you want to know when the date is and when it ends. And that's about all the information that's asking you there. Next step after that is the banking information. Very important, you want to know where the customer banks with. So let's say Bank of Montreal. All right, the next step is the address for the bank. And you definitely want to know which bank he's dealing with, because there's very many. Now, if you ever have to garnish the bank account, you definitely need to know where the bank is located, which bank is that we're dealing with. So let's say 355 Albine Street. So at least you know the customer deals at that bank. And if you ever have to go certify the check, you know which bank to go to. City, obviously, would be Ottawa. Province would be Ontario. Postal code for the bank, you definitely need that information on it. So T5H H20. All right, banking number. Bank number is a number that it's got 3 decimals in it. It's either 002, 001, 003, or 004, depending on which bank it is. Bank of Montreal is a 003, if I'm not mistaken. Banking account number. Those are usually 7 numbers, and that tells you the customer's bank account. Transit number is usually 5 numbers, and you have to put that in there. Now, the last payday that the customer received would it be, say, May the 12th, and the next payment date for him that he gets paid would be 2 weeks prior, next after that, sorry. Direct deposit. You definitely want to click in there if the customer gets direct deposit or if he doesn't. Most people these days get direct deposit. So once you have done all that information, you need to hit save. Once you got save, hit save. Invalid field value for field. Loan enterprise service length. Okay, so we have to go to employer. It's not allowing me to do that. So let's just say 1 year. And then you're going to hit save again. And then you're going to click on print. And as you can see, all the information that you took, it's right in front of your eyes right now. Once you hit print, it'll prompt you to print it. You hit print. And all the information that you have taken, it's in the system now. And you're prepared to give the customer a brand new loan.